Hey everybody, this is Natalie from Power Moon Tarot. So happy to be with you tonight. Tonight I have a special reading for you, for those of you that are considering pursuing something new, maybe a relationship, maybe somebody's interested in you, maybe it's just the very beginnings of a relationship and you're trying to decide, should I pursue this relationship opportunity or not? Okay, so I have 4 piles here for you tonight. Pile 1, 2, 3, and 4. Please pick the pile that resonates with you the most. So the first pile has this beautiful amethyst right here. If that resonates, you'll choose pile number 1. Pile number 2 is the blue stone. Pile number 3 is this unicorn charm. And pile number 4 are these Jasper, yellow Jasper stones. Okay, so pick whatever pile resonates with you, pile 1, 2, 3, or 4, and I will link to the, that's my dog. She's saying hi. She has an opinion on this, evidently. So anyway, in the description below, I will link to each one of the timestamps for each of the piles, so you can go straight to your pile. Okay, with that, let us begin. Okay, so for pile number 1, let's just take a moment to get grounded here and take a deep breath. And for pile number 1, our question is, should you pursue this new relationship opportunity that's being presented to you? Let's take a look. Okay, pile number 1. This is a very intense reading, and whatever this relationship is for you, this person is not looking to have any kind of a superficial relationship with you. If you're concerned about superficiality, I don't see that happening here. With Death, the Moon, the 10 of Pentacles, Judgment card, 5 of Wands, the World. I don't see that this connection would be a light one for you, pile number 1. So if you, my eye was immediately drawn to this, why can't I even think of the right word? It's, the like the sands of time. These are the days of our lives. Timekeeper here with Death, and also with the 10 of Pentacles here, that this might be a connection that has taken a long time to come to fruition. And there maybe has been really intense things that had to happen in order to even get the connection off the ground. And I'm seeing this person almost thrusting themselves upon you. Maybe you were not very certain about the connection, and you were maybe needing to take a break from it because it was confusing and challenging for you. And so you were needing to take a break from the connection, but the masculine in this connection did not want to take a break from you or from forming the connection. And I'm seeing the masculine here as being very willful and kind of forcing this connection. And my question to you, pal number one, is how much of an appetite do you have for like somebody else to basically force feed the future to you? Like how much can you take as far as the ups and downs of this connection and what seems to me to be kind of like a latching onto you and maybe somewhat sucking the life from you? I get that this person wants a traditional connection, like they might believe more like in gender roles, and a man is a man and a woman is a woman, and they might have wanted like much more of a traditional connection with you. I mean, like I said, some major things had to happen to get this connection off the ground. And you know, and with the mirrors here, it's just showing like a lot of reflection and projection. Like I think that this person thinks that he's going to get something by being with you that he hasn't had access to in the past. And with death and the moon here next to each other, I feel there might be some hidden motives and things that you don't necessarily have awareness of yet. With you, I'm getting that you have taken time in the connection. Like you have taken time to hold the mirror up, to see that, you know, not everything that glitters is gold, that, you know, elements about this might have been painful for you as well, pile number one. With the World card and the Five of Wands, it's like, the world is such a step up from the Five of Wands. It's such a huge step up. And that's why I'm sensing that the energy of this connection is not really on level with you. Like this person thinks that they're on level with you, but they're really not. And I feel like, you know, with the Ace of Swords and Judgment together, you're going to have a lot of clarity about this situation and what energy this person is really trying to bring up into your world. And you might need to take a break from this, and you might need to just roll on by. You know, just because you're communicating with someone and it's like the beginning of something doesn't mean that you are all of a sudden like this person can just latch on to you and can just, you know, basically force you into this connection. And we know with Death here, standing here with her scythe, with her nice long scythe here, that anything that isn't meant for you is gonna be like taken. So this person, and you might feel sad about this. This looks to me like tears. Like you might feel sad about this for a minute, because you realized that this like beautiful connection that you were seeking possibly is like a no-go with this person, because they're not really seeing you for who you are, and it's too fast anyway. Like, you know, it's too fast and it's too confusing. With the Five of Wands and the Ace of Swords, it's like it's too fast anyway, and you know, things are needing to slow down a little bit. Maybe this person wants to get sexual with you immediately and like dive right into the sexual relationship as a way to like cement everything. But with Judgment and the Ace of Swords here, it's like you're not having it. You're having a major wake-up call, and you're seeing what's being thrown down here. and your higher self, aka the World card, is not chill with it, is not cool with it. And I definitely get the sense even here too, with the Judgment card and the Angel looking in and you looking in on this situation. It's like, oh, no. Like, this Five of Wands this isn't how you're going to live your life. You're not going to live your life in this state of confusion, projections, kind of forcing the connection, the fighting, the anger, the bickering, everything that you sense that this connection could create, right? And the question here was, you just met somebody. Should you take a risk on this opportunity and explore this relationship opportunity? But this to me feels like this could be something that like you've experienced before. And so like, do not collect 200, do not go. What's that saying in Monopoly? Don't collect 200, don't go. Yeah, I see, like, if this person's trying to rush a connection, is getting way too dependent on you, way too early on your communications with them, on you making, like, emotional demands on you or wanting you to make changes to, like, fit into their world. Like, this energy is way too soon. And I think like, this person might be presenting like a seductive picture to you, like a picture like, oh, we could have this family, we could have a traditional relationship, we could be together. But there's some stuff in here in this connection that the energy in it that is not great for you, pile number one. So, and interestingly, before I drew the cards, I always look at the bottom of the deck and I saw the Devil in the reverse, Knight of Wands. So my answer on this pile number one is do not pursue this opportunity, and definitely key into your higher self on this with the World card. Key into your angels, into your higher self, because this connection is really not for you, pile number one. And that's good information because you can basically move on to the next thing. Like, you don't have to rest in that knowledge and in that position forever and ever. Amen. Right? So thank you, pile number one. That was your reading. And moving on next to pile number two, which was the blue stone right here. Okay, so the question has become, someone new has come into your life and they're presenting themselves as maybe a match to you. Should you undertake, or should you pursue this new relationship opportunity? Let's take a look. All right. Okay, looking at this, for me, is not an automatic yes. It's not an automatic yes, people, for pile number two. Something inside me tells me that you're vaguely suspicious of this person's offer to you for some reason. It's either it's too soon and you're still like going through some heartache with this green here. I really see the heart chakra, like you've already gone through some pain or you're still healing over something, so it's not the right time. I do get the sense here with this lineup on the top here that this person has been watching you. So like they have been definitely like checking you out and watching you. We have a double hangman here and they came out right underneath each other as well, which is crazy. So this person has been literally like watching you, I spy, looking at social media, looking at your Instagram or your Facebook pages, watching you, looking at your pictures. Like if you're online dating, like this person is looking at you and they think that, you know, they want to like sniff you, smell you, touch you, spend time with you, right? Like they want to do all kinds of stuff. But, you know, you're kind of, my sense about you, pile number 2, is that you like the admiration and you like the attention, and it kind of like gets you a little bit excited, it lights your fire a little bit, but that ultimately, you're just not like, I don't feel you're in a space where you're ready for it right now with this double hangman, the 8 of Cups and the 9 of Swords. The one thing that does, you know, make me feel like you might be ready for something is this Queen of Pentacles right here in the middle. And, you know, I feel like with her looking at the hangman here, like she's really just saying, hey, give it some time, you know, like give yourself some time to kind of get through some of the things that you've been through recently. Like the light will come on and you will find like safety, and you will find sanctuary, you know, in your heart space, in your heart chakra. Like you will find that. I get that there's part of you that like wants to play and flirt and have fun and enjoy yourself, but I see the result of that being like the 9 of Swords and the 8 of Cups. So I don't think a lot of good is going to come out of that, and I think you are mature enough to know that with the Queen of Pentacles here, right? So you're being asked to like basically like, okay, fine, enjoy the attention. Okay, fine, like enjoy it. But don't forget to meditate. Don't forget to think about why you're doing what you're doing. And certainly, you know, spend more time internally focused and in your maturity and moving away from old situations than you would just frolicking with the wild beasts in Never Never Land, right? So I do think that, you know, your maturity has really kicked up as a result of, you know, what you went through. And I really see this 5 of Pentacles as being a sign that like it's time to go within, it's time to go internal, it's time to heal some old wounds, it's time to, you know, put down, you know, the thoughts that if you've been having repetitive thoughts because something negative or, you know, something that was perceived as negative to you happened recently, that like, you know, you might still be feeling like less than because of another relationship that you had, right? And you're kind of holding yourself on trial for that. Like, you're kind of like, how did I do this again, right? And so you just want to leave it behind because you're like, I'm done, you know? But the Queen of Pentacles here is saying, yeah, you already know this already. I just keep focusing on her crown. You already know. And the roses here, like your self-love, your self-worth, that you're abundant, that you're beautiful, that you're strong, that you're mature, right? You know these, that's where your real value comes from, not from, you know, these like situations that appear to be like passionate and promising, but actually will just like set you back here, like with the 9 of Wands. Like, I get a feeling even if you did go and try to like do, you know, take advantage of an opportunity, that it would just kind of fall flat for you, and you would think that like this person like sucks or like isn't as exciting as they made themselves out to be, and maybe I just kind of wanted some attention, right? So, and it's fine, like it's fine to need that, and it's also fine to like realize that about yourself and what you need. So pile number 2, I think the answer to your question here is no, I don't think that you should go pursue whatever relationship is in front of you right now. I think you should focus on yourself and taking care of yourself and standing in your maturity and in your power. Okay, so those were your messages, pile number 2. And as we move on to pile 3, we have the unicorn charm. If you chose pile 3, you picked this cute unicorn charm. Okay, I'm gonna set it over here. And the question is, are you ready to take on a new dating opportunity that might be presented to yourself right now? So let's take a look. Huh. Okay, pile number 3. I'm gonna say go for it. You have some interesting energies here. So first of all, this 6 of Swords, if you can see it, is pretty passionate. 6 of Swords is typically thought of as like moving on and moving away from something. This 6 of Swords, they've like put down their swords and they're just having fun, right? They're just like abandoning, all thought processes and just enjoying it. And the same thing with this 8 of Wands. It just looks like they're having a lot of fun and enjoying each other. And there's like a lot of fruits and it's abundant and verdant and charming. And with the Magician, it's like things feel magical. It feels like things are happening. It feels like confident, sexy, like you've got your power, you're feeling good. You've moved on. If there's any situation like you needed to move on from, you've moved on from it. With the 2 of Swords here, it's like it takes 2 to tango, right? Like these 2 look like they're about ready to tango. And it's a lot of times, 2 of Swords is thought of as a stalemate, right? And so maybe it started off as like in a slower way and you both had your guard up a little bit. But with the water in the background here, there definitely is potential. And as you move into the Magician energy, it starts to feel more magical. And as you move into this 6 of Swords and this 8 of Wands, it starts to feel more lusty. And it feels like things are really moving forward and the energy is becoming more dynamic. So yeah, I think for you, pile number 3, that you give it a whirl, because on the bottom here as well, you've got the Lovers, right? So this person, I feel like this person has been trying to manifest you with the Magician, and then this person here also in meditation, like viewing you and looking on you and this heart. This person has been trying to manifest you and has been looking for a lady like you or looking for a guy like you for a long time. So this person is definitely feeling it, was kind of willing to pull out whatever stops and use whatever tricks and tips or anything to kind of get in your presence and be around you. And, might have been waiting, with this meditating Lovers here, might have been waiting for you, waiting for the magic moment to come in and swoop in and be like, hey, I'm here. Right? So this is I feel much more energized in this reading than the first 2. And I definitely feel more spark and more right? So I think pile number 3, your answer is going to be yes. Now, with the Moon and the Ace of Cups here, it shows me that there might be some unrealistic expectations that you have for this connection. So just try to be don't let your imagination go crazy with it. Don't go off the deep end, for God's sakes, with this 6 of Swords here and this 8 of Wands, this really fast moving, passionate, drive energy here. Don't go off the deep end with it, and keep your wits about you and try to slow it down if you can. With the Moon card, it can be very intoxicating, because the Moon is associated with Pisces in the tarot. And then you've got the Ace of Cups here too, which is, it doesn't have to be a new love, but it could be a new beginning in love. whether it's your self-love or your love with the universe, or just a new, like a shedding of old relationship paradigms that didn't work for you anymore, right? And just being just overflowing with just love to share and give. So, just be careful, I guess, with the amount that you're giving, with the amount of the moon card here, and try to take it a little bit slower, because with the Four of Wands here, with the Ace of Cups and the Moon and the Lovers, I feel like, both of you might have some like high expectations for the connection and be like very like in love with love, and kind of, I don't want you to be naive about it and get hurt. Especially if with the Two of Swords, there's an issue like with vulnerability, if you're kind of like, projecting and like wanting all these beautiful things, but not willing to like, kind of Two of Cups it instead of Two of Swords it. Because like, this is more like Moon and Libra for Two of Swords, which can be more disconnected from like the feeling nature. And so just do make sure that, you take things slow. And with the Eight of Wands and the Six of Swords, you're not going to feel like you're going to want to take things slow. You're going to want to move right into the connection, along with the Magician firing that up. And it will be sexy. I do feel like that. So you have nothing to worry about there. It's just, pace yourself. Pace yourself, pile number 3. But that was awesome. Thanks, pile number 3. That was really interesting energy, and I hope you enjoyed that. Okay. So with that, let's move on to pile number 4. So pile number 4, if you chose the 2 yellow Jasper stones, then you have pile number 4. And pile number 4, the question is, you are presented with a new relationship, romantic relationship opportunity. Should you take it? Should you go for it and step into it? So let's see. Well, okay. So right away, I mean, to me, this is the other piles were like very clear. It was like, yes, no, yes, no, yes, no. This pile is a little less clear. I feel like this person that you're asking about could be a little like wearing a mask or hiding who they are from you a bit. And I feel like, you could be very distracted as well, pile number 4, with something that's going on with you. And so you're not feeling like, you might be a little bit distracted as well, like looking off in the distance, busy doing other things, like dealing with your own stuff. And we have the 9 of Wands and the 9 of Swords here, which are flanking the Strength card and the Queen of Pentacles. And so I do feel like for you, pile number 4, like you may have been dealing with your own struggles, right? And this person kind of like appeared out of nowhere, like in the rear view mirror out of nowhere. And you're like, whoa, where is this person coming from? Right? And I think, part of you is like very flattered with the connection and very like, in your power with the connection, but I feel like you have other stuff going on, like mentally and emotionally, that, and spiritually, that could be on your mind, where you're not necessarily like totally available to this person. And they might not really be available to you either. This 9 of Wands is like, somebody's like, and this could be because we're all quarantined right now. like the Nine of Wands is here, and then it looks like the Ten of Wands is in the background, right? And so it's kind of like maybe it's just like, we're all in a quarantine right now, right? We're not supposed to be having a lot of human contact. But maybe like you're kind of craving some kind of human contact and like getting down and dirty and wrestling and enjoying, like feeling like Venus energy and in your sexual power, right? Like maybe you're feeling that. But the sense I get from this person who's approaching you is like their energy, like what they're coming at with their energy is like a little bit like overburdened, tired, not in their full confidence, right? So it's kind of making you feel like you could easily overpower this person, and like you could easily control everything in this situation, and you might just be feeling kind of bored, and so you're like, all right, maybe I'll consider it, but you're feeling like you might always have the upper hand in this situation, and this person might be kind of like subservient to you. This cat here really is reminding me of like feminine power, and these two cards are both radiating it as well. So you're feeling like, you might be feeling kind of bored and like lonely and annoyed with what's happening right now in the world. And I get it, like with the Wheel of Fortune, it's like nobody knows what's gonna happen right now. But I do feel like the way this person has approached you has been kind of like, eh. And, maybe in your mind, like you want them to approach you in a different way because you want to like be approached like the queen that you are. You want to be approached like, like a woman who's worthy of giving everything to, right? Like you have a very high opinion of yourself, pile number 4. That's good, right? But this person sees that you're like a high value, divine feminine like counterpart here, sees that you're in high value, and the masculine is like kind of like shrinking back, right? And it's like, gee, I don't know, is feeling the masculine is like not feeling in their power, not feeling confident, is feeling overburdened, like overworked. It's just kind of like the masculine's like, if you paid attention to me, you would like light my world on fire, right? If you just showed me any attention, if you showed me your foot, if I could kiss your shoulder, right? Like I would totally submit to you completely, right? Like this person's kind of like wanting, just anything that you would give them. And I think that might be a little bit of a turnoff for you, pile number 4, because externally you're like, yeah, I'm the Empress, I'm the Queen of Pentacles, like I run this shit, but I'm also like want somebody who can see past my defenses and really see me for who I am as an equal, right? With the 10 of Pentacles here is like the outcome card. It's like you in the rainbow here in the background, in this beautiful scenery. It's like you really want to be in this scenery as the Empress. It's like you want to jump into this reality, and you really want this other person to join you there as like the King of Pentacles or something else, right? But this person is being a hermit right now. This person is like going inward. The hermit, it's not like, the hermit is not the most like steadily, when I think of the hermit, I think of like a masculine, and this could be a feminine too. I'm just speaking to the feminines right now, but like this masculine could be like, on the thinner side, like more frail, just definitely like not like an alpha male per se type, and definitely like bows to you a bit in your feminine power. And well, you don't mind, like you're like, sure, I'm the Queen of Pentacles, I'm the Empress, I'm good with that, like I've got this. It's also like a bit boring for you, and I feel like you would be wanting something else, and at the end of the day you're gonna come back to like, is this really my destiny? Is this really my destiny to like be with someone who's kind of like a noodle? I hate to say it, but somebody who's like a noodle. Is it my destiny to be with someone like that? I get the sense with so much Empress energy and Queen of Pentacles and strength and all of that, that you need somebody who's more like more virile and more, you know, just more solid, right? Not somebody who's going to cave so easily to you and just like worship everything that you're doing. And so it might just send you back to spinning the wheel again, like the wheel of fortune. Like, is this my destiny? Is this my truth? Like, does this make sense for me? Right? And even that person might sense that you're more of a wild card, right? Like they're a steady Eddie and you present yourself as like an empress and that you're stable, solid, but that you're also like this strength card here, that you're like wild, you know, in a sense too. You're like a wild, take no prisoners, take no bullshit kind of a person. And I believe this person is intimidated by that. So, I think you might be a little too much for this person, pile number 4. And I've been there myself with people that I've been with when I've just been like too much for people. And it isn't a great vibe. So with that said, I think you should probably spin the wheel and find yourself another gent or another gal, because it just appears that you need something a little more than that. So thank you, pile number 4. Those were your readings for should I take on this new dating opportunity or not, and with this new person. So hope you enjoyed your reading, and we will see you again next time. Thank you.